splicing of introns using RNA maturases or endonucleases. In fungal mitochondria and chloroplast, introns of group 1 and group 2 are known, which are involved in the synthesis of a protein RNA maturase. This maturase causes the splicing of the intron carrying the coding sequence of the same maturase. Maturases facilitates the folding and efficient splicing of the introns. Maturases contains dozens of functionally characterized proteins and several times that number of sequenced ORFs. These enzymes are usually pseudosymmetric monomers that contain two copies of their namesake sequence motif, but can also be homodimers with one copy of the motif per subunit. Monomeric homing endonucleases are also found associated with indeins. Homodimeric enzymes recognizes palindromic target sites and pseudopalindromic variants, whereas enzyme monomers recognize asymmetric DNA target sites. This maturase is believed to be responsible for splicing out the second intron, thus producing the mRNA, which will then disrupt the reading frame for maturase and will be translated into cytochrome B as shown in this figure. Here, splicing through the synthesis of a RNA maturase using a negative feedback loop is shown. An example of this splicing mechanism is found in the mitochondrial gene for cytochrome B, also called Box gene. It has been shown that successive splicing in mRNA leads to the production of overlapping proteins. In other words, an intermediate mRNA molecule has an exon sequence consisting of 144 codons, which is read with a part of the intron as an open reading frame to give rise to the protein RNA maturase. This open reading frame is actually generated by splicing of the first intron. It is not necessary that the maturase has a catalytic activity, but may only recognize the splicing site, so that the splicing is achieved by a complex consisting of maturase and other proteins and or RNA molecules. Yeast tRNA splicing by cutting and rejoining. About 40 genes of approximately 400 genes for yeast nuclear tRNAs are interrupted, each with a single intron consisting of 14 to 46 base pair, located one nucleotide away from 3' end of anticodon. This intron, which may differ in different tRNA genes, has no consensus sequence, but has a sequence complementary to the anticodon. This leads to pairing between anticodon and intron, giving a secondary structure, which is recognized by the splicing machinery as detailed in this figure. The splicing requires two steps. One, phosphodiester bond cleavage by an endonuclease. This does not require ATP. And two, ligation reaction, which requires ATP and involves bond formation with the help of RNA ligase.